Robin Blake or Tony Baltazar as yet. They've been on national television with CBS only once each before, but really it's a compelling matchup that we're really excited about. Gil Clancy, let's talk about Robin Blake. I think the most interesting thing about Robin, watching his progress, is how fast he has matured in such a short time, particularly over the last 3 or 4 fights.
Well, Tim, the reason for that, he's been a very, very active fighter, and I like guys that stay active, and he's learned from each fight. We've seen the improvement to right now. He's just about as good as anybody in the world.
What about his opponent Baltazar in terms of what Blake has to do?
Blake has to stay away from that big Baltazar left hook. That's what he has to do.
All right. Sugar Ray Leonard, Tony Baltazar, of course, is a man with a mission. He lost to Howard Davis, a fight on CBS that he thought he won. He's angry about that. He thinks he has to climb over people to get into the top 3 or 4 in the world. What about his chances?
Well, this is another major opportunity for Baltazar. He possessed one of the most effective punches to throw against the southpaw, which is a good sharp left hook. But Tim, he has a bad habit of moving straight back, and that could be costly against a fighter like this man who throws punches from boom, 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 boom.
You looking forward to it like the rest of us?
Yes, I am. Very excited.
Tony Baltazar and Robin Blake should be a dynamite lightweight bout about to start right after we return following this message. We are back live from the Showboat Hotel in Las Vegas, and let's go to our ring announcer, Chuck Hull.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Showboat Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada, where today Top Rank Incorporated presents an outstanding 10-round lightweight contest. This bout is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Art Lurie, chairman. The officials assigned by the commission for the contest. The judges are Dalby Shirley, Dave Moretti, and Hal Miller. The referee is Davey Pearl. 10 rounds of boxing in the lightweight division. Introducing in the red corner, fighting out of La Puente, California, weighing in at 137 pounds. He is ranked 15th in the world by the WBC. He has a professional record of 24 wins, 1 defeat, and 1 draw. Here is Tony, the Tiger, Baltazar. And in the blue corner, fighting out of Lubbock, Texas, weighing 136 1/4 pounds. He is undefeated in his professional career with 20 straight wins. He is ranked number 3 by the WBA. He's wearing the pink trunks, introducing Robin Blake, the Rockin' Robin.
There is Denise Blake, Robin's wife, here at ringside. His mother and dad, Charlene and Roger, also attending the fight. And, of course, members of the Baltazar family right in the corner. His father, Frank, the manager. There's the referee, Dave Pearl. He will not figure in the scoring. That will be done by 3 judges from Las Vegas, Dalby Shirley, Dave Moretti, and Hal Miller on the 10-point must system. This is a lightweight bout, but the Baltazar people asked for it to be 2 pounds over the limit of 135, meaning 137, give or take a pound. Baltazar came in right at 137. Robin Blake at 136 1/4, and both fighters saying that they're very comfortable at these weights. It is a huge fight for Tony Baltazar. Robin Blake is unbeaten. I think a loss by either man is not going to make them disappear. They're just too good. But nonetheless, if it's important more to one than the other, it's to Baltazar, who's trying to get into the top group of the lightweights. And he starts off with a combination of the head of Robin Blake.
Watch for the left hook by Baltazar, Tim. That will be a very effective punch thrown by Tony. On the other hand, Rockin' Robin Blake, he has such great hand speed and power. Baltazar has to be very careful about rushing himself.
Well, Blake, with his height and his speed and the fact that he's a southpaw, should box. That's been his big fault. They say he likes to throw punches and he gets hit a little too often. That's what we have to watch for.
Good combination scored by Baltazar. Baltazar, the shorter fighter in the white trunks. He's 23 years of age, has had 26 professional bouts. Blake with 20 is 21 years of age. Turned 21 when he defeated Ruben Munoz on CBS a couple of months back.
Tim, they're both throwing bombs real early. Anything can happen right here in this first round.
Well, this is just about what everybody expected who's been following the careers of these young men. Robin Blake does have the boxing skills, but he likes to punch.
And he puts them together. That may be the difference in the fight. Baltazar looks to load up with that one big left hook, and Robin Blake, when he throws them in lightning combinations.
Ray, what we saw from Baltazar against Howard Davis is very good defensive ability. He blocks punches well with his gloves and elbows.
In fact, he can't. One mistake he makes is the fact he moves straight back. And a fighter like Robin Blake, who has very good arm reach, and also has a lot of power, could be costly. Blake needs to step, Baltazar needs to step to the side, give him lateral movement, not be a stationary target.
Body shot caught Blake backing up and knocked him off balance. Right to the body.
This is a fight between two confident fighters, Tim. Both fighters don't think they really are confident that they're going to win the fight. That makes for good fights.
Another good combination thrown by Robin Blake is that uppercut. He throws that left uppercut and comes back with a good right hook.
There's the combination we were talking about. He puts them together, and Baltazar looks to nail you with one shot.
He moved Baltazar back. Baltazar rallies with a right to the chin of Blake, who ties him up. Under 30 seconds to go, round one, scheduled for 10.
Step back clean. Get out.
The fact that Blake is a southpaw is giving Baltazar little problems. He's throwing that left hook over a tall guy like Blake's head, missing with it.
Watch your head. Get out. Get out.
Coming to the end of round number one. Robin Blake in pink, Tony Baltazar in white, live from Las Vegas.
Hold it up. Hold it.
Round number two. Robin Blake in pink, Tony Baltazar in white. Tim Ryan with Joe Clancy and Sugar Ray Leonard, live from Las Vegas. A tough first round. Both these guys coming out slugging as we expected.
In Blake's corner, they told him to work behind the jab, but when he does nail him, hit him with 4 or 5 punches, and that's his style. That's what he likes to do.
Well, the first round was a very tough round for Tony Baltazar for the simple reason of Blake's height and reach advantage, and he's a southpaw. And Blake also can turn that left hook over, that right hook over.
Baltazar counter-punching well, backed off Blake after Blake had scored his combination. There's going to be some punishment meted out by both these young men. 21-year-old Robin Blake from Levelland, Texas, born in Lubbock. Tony Baltazar, born in Los Angeles, now lives in La Puente.
There's Blake putting his punches together again. There's another combination of 3 punches. Baltazar's going to have to nail Robin with a big punch. Otherwise, he's going to be outpointed. Blake is a little too busy for him.
All right, step out, please.
Two delightful young men. Two talented boxers. Blake was off balance there as he pushed back by Baltazar.
One of the things I'm really impressed with Robin Blake is the fact that he can throw so many punches. He puts his combination together very well with power behind each punch.
Also, Ray, he throws his punches correctly. That left hand is as straight as an arrow. Hook is short.
Blake with a string of 4 consecutive knockouts. He had to go 10 before he stopped his Texas rival Ruben Munoz. In his last outing, a 4th round KO of Sterling McPherson. In his last outing, Baltazar went 10 to beat Rocky Montoya.
Big right hook by Blake. If I was in Baltazar's corner, I'd tell him to stop dropping that left hook to the ribs. Then they'd be able to hit him on the chin. There's the place to put that left hook.
And for Robin Blake, with his great hand speed, he should be boxing Baltazar a little more. He doesn't have to, he can't afford what he can afford, but he doesn't have to stand there and take punch for punch.
Well, Ray, that's been the one knock on a big punch by Blake.
Good left hand scored by Blake and a left hook back from Baltazar.
Hold it up now. No wrestling. Get out.
Final seconds of round number 2. Round number 3, Tony Baltazar in white. Rockin' Robin Blake, ranked number 3 in the world by the WBA in the pink trunks.
You know, Ray, you mentioned last round that Blake should box more, take advantage of that height and the fact he's a southpaw, and that's what most people tell him. Probably if he did box more, he'd be just about invincible because we know he can punch and keep the other fella honest, but he likes to fight.
And the left hand of Robin Blake has been more consistent now. He's been landing it more often.
Sugar Ray Leonard, Gil Clancy, and Tim Ryan. And a reminder that following our coverage of this fight live, we will show you some of the action from the exciting North American and U.S. welterweight championship. Marlon Starling defending against Tommy Ayers. It's coming up following our live coverage of this bout. What a card here at the Showboat Hotel today with those two fights.
I could see that punch coming. Set it up beautiful. Moved his head.
Oh, good combination scored by Baltazar. Might have Blake in a little trouble on the ropes. He does.
It was a left hook that did the damage.
Well, the left hook to the body set it up, Ray. Then he came right back up on the chin.
Blake moving well. Gets himself back into the middle of the ring, but he's a little glassy-eyed.
What Tony Baltazar is doing, he's matching every punch of Robin Blake.
Ray, he's starting to rip that left hook underneath, and Baltazar is cut by the right eye.
A cut under the right eye at the corner of Tony Baltazar. We didn't see what caused that.
It doesn't appear to be in a very dangerous area. It's on the outside.
But you know, a lot of times, now here was Baltazar having a good round. A lot of time when a fighter sees he cut the other fighter, his adrenaline comes up, it gives him more confidence. Brings Blake right back into the round.
Under a minute to go in round 3. Baltazar had Blake in some trouble early. Now he has the cut. Blake is punching back with fury now.
These guys are throwing bombs. They both have the power to knock the other down or knock the other out, each other out.
Robin Blake has never lost. Baltazar only once. In a disputed decision loss to Howard Davis. Under 30 seconds to go in round 3. And again, Baltazar counterpunching that time, rocked Blake back to the ropes. Good right hand scored by Baltazar. Blake pecking away with his jab.
That cut may not be in a bad spot, but it's bleeding heavily. Gonna have to do some good corner work.
Coming to the end of round number 3.
I wouldn't want to see either fighter lose by a cut, Tim.
Tony Baltazar had a big round in round number 3, but he goes to the corner looking like damaged goods. And they'll work on him over there. Baltazar in his corner. His father, Frank, the manager, his trainer, Dub Huntley, and Jimmy Montoya, one of the second. Montoya handling the cut. Let's go back into the round and see the combination by Baltazar that wobbled Blake.
But Baltazar got inside, and the left hook here dazes Robin Blake, puts him in a little trouble, and Baltazar maintains the attack.
Working on the cut, you can see it's just at the corner of the right eyelid. It's a little higher than we realized in that it is under the eyebrow, above the right eyelid, and that could prove to be a problem for Baltazar.
Tim, the blood can run right into his eye from the place where that cut is. Not in a good place at all.
And it is bleeding already. They were unable to stop the flow of blood. We're into round 4.
Tim, usually when you use your medicine to stop the bleeding, it doesn't take effect right away. It takes a little while for the medicine to take hold.
Let's see if it does. Robin Blake, of course, be trying to keep it flowing.
Well, Blake knows that Baltazar can hurt him now, so I think he should try to be a little careful.
Yeah, but we saw in the Munoz fight that when he was hurt a little bit or hit hard by Munoz, that just seemed to make him punch harder. He likes the challenge of the slugger.
Once again, Baltazar is starting to match each punch of Robin Blake.
Blake very self-possessed and calm now, having recovered from the tough shots he took from the hands of Baltazar in round 3.
Big right hook by Blake. He puts his punches together where Baltazar looks to land that one shot, Tim. And so far, that's been the difference.
Right hand landed by Baltazar.
But again, it's only one punch.
Left hand, left hook by Baltazar.
Baltazar now is changing his combinations up. He's throwing the lead off right and finishing up with the left hook. And that's what he needs to do against a guy like Robin Blake, because you have to make him think. You can't throw the same punch over and over again. The man has a tendency to figure out.
You know, this Baltazar is so strong that he even moves you with a jab. Got a good stiff jab.
Well, so far this fight's been everything we expected. Two outstanding young lightweights. Look at Baltazar counterpunch back after the good combination by Blake. This is a war. A minute to go, round 4.
Now Blake is really taking advantage of his height. He moves just a fraction away from Baltazar's punches, and then comes back.
Tim Ryan, Sugar Ray Leonard, Gil Clancy. Live from Las Vegas, both punchers landing big ones. Straight left behind the right jab scored by Blake. Under 30 seconds in round 4.
This Baltazar is a warrior, Tim.
Combination scored by Blake. Boxing beautifully here. Robin Blake has never tasted defeat. Round number 5. Tony Baltazar with a cut on the right eyelid. So far has not been a problem for him. Robin Blake in pink comes out with a quick pace here to start the 5th round. And this fight has been everything we expected of it.
Tim, the cut is bleeding already again. Now, it is a handicap for Tony Baltazar. Just too bad that either one of them have to be cut.
Good left hand landed by Baltazar.
Hold it, don't touch it.
He's a little bull, that Baltazar. He's using his strength there.
And he's taking 2 or 3 shots to land his one.
Well, that's what he did with Howard Davis, Tim. He waited, let Davis throw the combinations, then landed that big left hook, and it was certainly effective twice in the fight, put Davis down.
What Baltazar he's able to do, he's able to walk through a lot of fighters and then throw one big shot that puts his fighter out. But here with Blake, I think he's having a little trouble just walking through the Robin Blake, because Blake has good movement. He can box, he can punch, and he's a southpaw.
And he puts his punches together. He doesn't throw one at a time.
First time I saw Baltazar push the blood away from his eye. First indication that it is now bothering him.
Again, Baltazar's fighting a southpaw. He should be moving to his left. Get that left foot of his outside Blake's foot and wrap him with those left hooks.
Backed up Blake with a straight right hand. Blake seemingly very poised and confident still. Both fighters landing big punches.
It's the Blake hand speed that's been the difference, and the fact that he puts his punches together so well. Well-trained fighter.
Blake knows exactly what he's doing. He's utilizing the ring now. He's pretty much just staying on the outside and just using his reach against Tony Baltazar.
They're going to have to do something with that eye, Tim. They're going to have to stop this fight.
Good solid jab by Blake, backed up Baltazar. Blake stalking him more now.
Here's the mistake that Baltazar makes. He moves straight back, and once again, with the fight of the hand reach and height of Robin Blake, that could be too costly for him. He needs to get more lateral movement.
Under 30 seconds to go in the 5th round.
The right eye of Tony Baltazar looks really bad now.
Oh, good combination scored by Blake.
Yeah, but look at Baltazar come back. He missed that left hook, Tim, but he's dangerous.
Final seconds of the 5th round. Again, some imperceptible dominance by Blake. At the end of the 5th round, as we follow Tony Baltazar back to the corner where Jimmy Montoya has his hands full working on that cut again. The cut came in round number 3. And in that 5th round, it did seem to bother Tony Baltazar, who had to wipe the flow away a couple of times. There's a close look at how the cornermen go to work on it. It's a pretty bad slice, Gil.
Yes, it is, Tim. They're going to have to. I would say if they can't stem the flow of blood, that they should stop the fight.
What a shame that would be for Tony Baltazar. And yet, Ray, as I was saying, there sometimes is a point in a fight where you see the tide shift in the favor of one man. It seemed to me in round 5 that Blake was asserting a certain kind of dominance, that he took over in a way that was not all that visible, but there was that kind of feeling that you get.
You can see it, Tim, the fact that Blake was getting more confidence and he was pretty much doing what he wants to do. And that's box and outpoint, or maybe even knock out Tony Baltazar.
Some greens, give me some greens.
Now, there may be a problem with the hand or glove of Robin Blake in his corner. They are cutting off the lace of Robin Blake's hand. In fact, looks like they're cutting that glove off.
Timmy has a ripped glove. The glove has been torn. This may be a break for Baltazar to give them more time to work on that eye. They should continue to work on that eye.
Yes, indeed. There you see they've removed the right glove, and they have a new one coming in. Evidently, some damage done to the glove, and so the corner of Tony Baltazar getting a little bit more time to work on the cut. So a little dramatic development here in this exciting lightweight bout that has been everything we expected. These two young warriors are two of the exciting boxers in the business today. 23-year-old Tony Baltazar, 21-year-old Robin Blake. And there you see Jimmy Montoya. Does not appear to me, I'm sure not an expert in that field, but it does not appear to me that they're having a lot of success dealing with that severe gash.
It's funny, Tim, some medicines will work on one fighter and they won't work on another. Sometimes you have to switch and use something else. And then I think also when he's finished with that, he should put a covering of Vaseline, which he's doing right now. But I like the Vaseline to be cold, and he took it right off his hand, which means it had to be warm Vaseline.
Well, obviously we've had more than the minute here as they get the new glove on Robin Blake. And Robin tells the referee, Davey Pearl, I'm ready. And so Tony Baltazar has received at least that advantage of a little more rest, a little more time for his corner to work on the cut, but still.
The cut continues to bleed.
It does continue to bleed. Round 6 scheduled for 10. Tim Ryan with Joe Clancy and Sugar Ray Leonard. A lightweight war from the Showboat in Las Vegas.
Well, again, the only way Baltazar's going to win this fight against a busy fighter like Robin Blake is to nail him with a big punch. He's certainly not going to outpoint him.
That's the only way the tables will turn. He has to hurt Blake because Blake is going to just outbox him.
Robin Blake and his people have already filed a challenge to Livingston Bramble, currently ranked number 2, that if Blake wins here today, they want to fight Bramble in what would be an elimination. The winner meeting the WBA champion. Of course, Boom Boom Mancini has Orlando Romero ahead of him in September, the number 1 ranked fighter from Peru.
What's happening is Blake is moving the way he wants to move. He's moving to his right. Tony Baltazar, it's a question of mind over matter. He should step over to his left and try to make Blake move the other way. Now that's the way he should be going.
In order for Baltazar,
now you see Blake come around. He's making Baltazar move the way he wants him to move. There he is coming outside again. That's the big advantage in a fight for him.
And also, Gil, Baltazar needs to get his left foot on the outside of Blake's right foot in order to get power behind his punches. Because inside it's very difficult to land some effective punches on a southpaw and maintain your balance off.
That jab of Blake's more effective as the fight goes on.
There was Baltazar throwing a good right hand to the body, but he didn't hook off it. And he got paid back pretty good by Blake. You've got to put those punches together. You can't hang out there with one punch.
Left hook landed by Baltazar, but Blake just kept punching, finished his combination. Lands another one. Under a minute to go, round 6.
I still think the best punch for Baltazar is that left hook to the ribs, then come back up on the chin. Even if Blake's arm is there, throw it at his arm. Sets up your other punches.
Again, Baltazar brushing away the blood streaming from that cut on his eyelid.
Baltazar's landed a couple of pretty good left hands this round, but not enough.
He needs to put his punches together a lot more because he's looking for one shot, and they won't do it against a fighter like Robin Blake.
Blake's hands are so fast, Ray, and he throws his punches so accurately.
That's what I'm really impressed with, Gil. The accuracy of Robin Blake's punches, the speed of him.
Coming to the end of round number 6, scheduled for 10. Robin Blake and Tony Baltazar. What a fight. Tony Baltazar, they worked on the cut again in his corner. He sounded a little bit discouraged. Let's see if he can rally here in the 7th round. Blake bouncing out there, showing that he's fresh and in control, at least trying to impress Baltazar with that fact.
They told Baltazar in the corner he has to throw more than one punch at a time. They also told him to be a man. I don't see how much more of a man he could be. This kid's shown me all the courage in the world.
I think what's frustrating for Baltazar is not only the fact of the movement and hand speed of Robin Blake, it's that cut. I think it's very frustrating for him. And it's probably disturbing his performance here.
He's lost so much blood in this fight. I just question whether or not it may be weakening him. He really has lost a lot of blood.
Just landed 2 good left hooks to the ear of Robin Blake, and there's a right hand behind it. Baltazar battling here in the 7th round. Remember, we've got another fight to follow. We'll show you action from the North American and U.S. Welterweight Championship. Marlon Starling against unbeaten Tommy Ayers of Cincinnati. Immediately following our live coverage here of Robin Blake and Tony Baltazar.
You know, as long as Tony Baltazar is able to move to his left, he's very, very effective. But when Blake gets him going the other way, it's trouble.
Good left hook landed by Baltazar.
Yes, he has Blake in a little bit of trouble against him.
And he was able to land those punches when his left foot was on the outside of Blake's right foot. Here, we have a shot of it.
Blake is in a little trouble right now. If he gets nailed with a good punch now, we may have some fun.
Bouncing a little bit, trying to tell Baltazar that he wasn't hurt by it. I don't think Baltazar believes it.
Well, I do.
Continuing to come forward.
That left hook of Baltazar is going around Blake's neck all night long. He's got to get his balance. He's got to throw that left hook underneath. Then it'll come back up on the chin pretty good.
Under a minute to go in the 7th round. Good left hook.
Best left hook of the night by Baltazar.
Big one. Robin Blake again showing he can take a punch as he did against Munoz. And he is in trouble again.
I don't think Baltazar knows it now, Tim. That's for sure.
Now, what Baltazar needs to do now is cut the ring off. Get his man in the corner.
There's that move out to the right by Blake.
Baltazar pushing Blake back again, but he hasn't been able to get a few together. There's a combination that lands. The crowd getting into it. He's got him hurt again. What a rally by Baltazar. Right hand wobble Blake. Blake in trouble. Baltazar not going after him here. Now he takes to the body.
Tim, doing a good job, feinting and punching.
He's getting head feint.
Final seconds of the round. I think he ought to be letting it all hang out here. Right hand, wobble him again. There's the bell. Ending round number 7. A big one for Baltazar. Tony Baltazar, as we look into Robin Blake's corner, for the second time as he did in round 3, wobbled Blake, and here in the 7th, he had him in some serious trouble. But Blake would not go down. Joe Barrientos, his trainer, his manager Dave Gorman coming in. Try to keep Blake calm. He had been in control, as we saw it, for the last 3 rounds, 4, 5, and 6. Here in round 7, Tony Baltazar rallying. Let's see some of that action. There's a right uppercut. That hurt him, followed by a straight right hand.
Baltazar put himself in a very good position, had his balance, and came on very strong against Robin Blake.
Denise Blake looking on with some concern. The wife of Robin Blake. They've been married 2 years. Baby Brandon at home with the grandparents. Robin Blake trying to regroup here in round number 8.
Tim, this is going to be some round, in my opinion. This is going to be the round.
What a lift it must have given Baltazar, who was actually discouraged between rounds 6 and 7 on his stool. That cut bothering him that he suffered in round 3. Brave young warrior from La Puente, California, against the tough Texan from Levelland, Texas. Blake has yet to taste defeat as a professional.
The 7th round was a picker-upper for Tony Baltazar. He's gained more confidence now, and he's become a relentless attacker.
He knocks Blake down with a straight right hand. Comes over and puts his hand on top of his head. And they haven't counted.
No, they called it no knockdown, Tim. I think he was off balance.
Well, I thought it was a knockdown, but Davy Pearl did not. There's a solid right hand by Baltazar.
He's nailing him out, Tim. Look at this Baltazar kid. They told him to be a man. He sure is a man.
And the punches that are doing the damage for Tony Baltazar is the lead-off rights and left hooks, left hook right hand.
But you see, Blake is moving to his right. Now he's going back the wrong way. He moves to his right. He stays away from that punching power. Baltazar has to come over to his left. Get him in front of him.
But Blake has to be careful. I mean, Baltazar still has to be careful because Blake can come back on him.
What a fight. Listen to the crowd enjoying it here. Down goes Baltazar. A right hand by Baltazar. Blake sent Baltazar to the canvas. It came from nowhere. A short right hook.
Baltazar still hurt.
Yes, he is. The punches that put him down weren't too hard, but he was exhausted from all the effort he put out.
Baltazar hanging on as Blake throws combinations. What a fight.
The best thing for Baltazar to do now is inside, tie his man up. Get his head back together.
Not this kid, Ray. He's looking to knock you out all the time.
Baltazar
tying up.
Black backed up Blake with a right hand.
Baltazar's legs are strapped now.
Baltazar off balance. Gloves touch the canvas. No knockdown. Blake continues to throw leather under 30 seconds to go.
Well, Blake needs to be careful also because Baltazar, he still can hurt you.
Ray, you sure you didn't write the script for this fight?
Final seconds of the 8th round. Let these guys speak for themselves. Let's go back into round number 8. Now let's see, this is where Blake went down, was not called a knockdown. That's a right hand. That's a knockdown in my book. Davy Pearl seemed more concerned about Baltazar putting his hand on Blake's head than he did in whether it was a knockdown or not. Now watch Blake come back.
Well, see, both of them has to be very careful because they both have that good punching power.
Here's the Blake knockdown. You'll see the punch by Baltazar was by Blake was a right hook. It didn't look like it had a lot on it. Baltazar saying to his corner, "I'm all right." I wonder how much fatigue was a factor there.
I think fatigue was the big factor, Tim. He didn't get hit that hard, but he had put out so much effort earlier that he just didn't have any legs under him. Now it's a question of whether the legs will carry him again. Right now, Robin Blake's right eye is virtually closed. Everybody was worrying about Baltazar's eye. Now it's Blake's eye.
Round number 9. 2 rounds to go if it goes the distance. Good combination by Blake, and he rocks Baltazar into the ropes.
You saw what happened. Baltazar moved straight back.
Pounding away, Baltazar in difficulty goes down. Baltazar looking to the corner.
7, 8, all right, Tony?
Tony Baltazar tells Davy Pearl, "I'm all right. We'll find out if he is."
He's got to land a big punch again, Tim. Otherwise, it's over.
A weary Tony Baltazar. His eyes look a little cloudy here, but he comes forward. What a fight. Swelling around the right eye of Robin Blake.
They did a good job in the corner, Timmy. He came back to the corner with his eye closed.
Baltazar. There goes Baltazar. Right and a left combination by Blake.
Tim, Baltazar is dead tired. That's the difference in the fight right now.
The towel was thrown in, and then Dave Pearl stopped the fight. The towel was thrown in. That cannot officially stop a fight, but Davy Pearl went along with it. Denise Blake cheering her husband, who has scored a 9th round KO of Tony Baltazar. in one of the most exciting lightweight bouts in the last couple of years. Robin Blake and Tony Baltazar, two brave warriors at 137 pounds. What a display by unbeaten Robin Blake, and a brave, gutty display by Tony Baltazar, who bounced back from earlier damage, the cut eye, to have Blake in trouble just a round ago. That's his father in the ring, Robin Blake. Now let's go back into that 9th round as the crowd here applauding the efforts of both these young men. On the ropes, he got Baltazar into trouble.
That was a mistake that Baltazar made against the ropes, because the fight with the hand speed of Robin Blake can prove to be very costly. And fatigue was a factor also.
Yes, it was. It looked like he just sagged out of fatigue, as though he was trying to load up for that one countering punch that he never got off. Now, Blake this time lands cleaner blows in the middle of the ring. Right there. A left and a right, sending Baltazar down again. And this time the towel was thrown in by the Baltazar corner. Davy Pearl, I'm not sure, was going to call it a knockout at that point, but then he agreed with the Baltazar corner. We'll be back here in Las Vegas momentarily. Let's take you now to Jim Kelly in New York.
All right, Tim Ryan, we'll be going back live to Las Vegas for more on that very exciting battle coming up. Let's go back now live ringside to Las Vegas. Tim Ryan summed it up best of all when he said, what a fight. Timmy?
All right, Jim. Yes, we're here with both the combatants in this fight. It was everything that we hoped it would be and expected it would be. Tony Baltazar, let's talk to you first. They're working on both these guys. Tony, you were in trouble with the cut early in the fight, and yet you had Robin in trouble later in the fight. It also looked like you were getting pretty tired from all the punishment.
I wasn't getting tired. I just couldn't see. Black kept coming in the eye, and he's a southpaw. And he kept hitting me with that right hand. I couldn't see it coming.
What do you think of Robin Blake?
Oh, he's a tough fighter. He hits hard, real hard.
All right, Robin. Obviously, you expected a tough fight from this young man, and you got it. It's the toughest fight you've had as a pro.
Yes, Tim, it is. Tony's when they named him Tony the Tiger, that's a good name for him. He comes at you and he makes you fight. But I knew I had to fight, and you know, I caught a lucky punch. He hit me in the ear in the 7th round. Then he was able to hurt me in the 7th round, and I'm just thankful to my Lord and personal Savior that I pulled it out.
Well, all right, let's go back and take a look at that action in the 9th round, because both of you here landed big punches. In fact, the one knockdown that appeared to be a knockdown, I thought it was. Davy Pearl indicated that it was not a knockdown. Tony, what did you think? I thought you landed a punch.
Oh, I did. I hit him with a good shot, and he went down. That's why I tapped him inside the head.
But there's those quick hands by Robin. He gets a lot of punches in. How do you compare him to Davis?
He's not as quick as Davis, but he hits a lot harder than Davis. Davis can't hit.
On that knockdown there, it looked like you were trying to load up for a counter punch, and just the accumulation of those punches sent you down.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Now, Robin, at that point, it had to give you a big feeling that you knew you had him.
Yes, sir, I had him. I knew I was on the take, so I was going to put pressure on him and try to take him out, because, you know, he was tough, give me a tough, hard fight. And I knew if I just kept pressure on him, he'd go down, and I was there throwing the towel like they did.
Tony, you've only lost 2 fights in your pro career. You're still a young guy. I know you want back.
I'll be right back. Right back in the gym. As long as the side gets well, I'll be back fighting again.
Robin Blake, I know that you felt that you were willing to take on a guy as dangerous as Baltazar to prove you deserve to be number 3 in the world, and we understand that you now want the number 2 man, Bramble.
Yes, sir, I'm on Bramble. I'm on Bramble because I'm on Ray Mancini, and to get to Ray Mancini, I'll have to go to Bramble, you know, number 1 contender. And so, I mean, number 2 contender. So I'm going after the top people from now on.
Quick word from your wife, Denise, who's smiling now, but we caught her during the course of the round when Tony had you in some difficulty. There were no smiles, Denise.
I was scared.
Smile, wasn't it, Denise?
Yeah.
You are 2 exciting and very, very able young lightweights. We congratulate you both for a great fight.
I have to say hello to everybody in Levelland, Texas, because I know they're glued to that.